Hello, my name's Andy Last. I'm the Programme Manager for the Agile Capabilities Programme at Surrey County Council. I work for the IT and Digital Service at Surrey, which is part of the wider Orbis partnership across Surrey, East Sussex and Brighton and Hove councils. In this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our programme, how it came to be, how we've progressed so far, our direction of travel and what we've learned along the way. This is an overview of our Agile Capabilities Programme. In 2019, Surrey County Council was facing unprecedented pressure with ever-increasing demand on our services and significant reductions in council funding. To meet those pressures, we launched a transformation initiative to help build the capabilities and changes to better support our localities and the residents of Surrey. The Agile Capabilities Programme was part of this transformation and was looking at how new workplace technologies could enable a more agile workforce, change how we use our resources, and help support a broader cultural change across the organisation. Our aim is for our staff to have the ability and opportunity to work almost anywhere, at any time, and for them to collaborate and contribute without constraints. We accept we're on a journey though, as we're seeing the technology changes enabling higher mobility and opportunities for greater collaboration changing as we move along our path. At the start of the programme, we already had some flexible policies in place allowing staff to change their working patterns when they started and finished their working day, opportunities to work from home, and around 50% of these staff had some sort of mobile device to support them, a mobile phone or a laptop, for example. The adoption, experience and effectiveness of flexible and mobile working wasn't universal, however, and when our umbrella programme, the Agile Organisation Programme, sought to encourage staff to adopt different working practices to change how we would use our properties, there were some technology, practice and cultural barriers that were impeding our progress. How would we ever get staff to leverage the new emerging technologies around communication and collaboration if they struggled to fully utilise just even their mobile devices? We started viewing our journey along a maturity scale from flexibility to smarter and finally agile working, and started collaborating closely with colleagues in HR and organisational development, land and property, communications and our transformation support unit, underpinned with an investment in change management. To take the steps along this maturity scale, we as an IT service are delivering a mixture of state-of-the-art IT infrastructure, hardware and software, and most importantly, we're embedding this with the wider umbrella programme of change within Surrey. This is the Agile Organisation Programme, where the Agile Capabilities Programme is one of a number of enablers, for example, Agile Office Design, digital solutions such as chatbots and robotics, records management solutions, etc. It's a collaboration of these enablers that will deliver and support our organisational change. To improve our staff's ability to be more flexible and mobile, both inside and outside of our buildings, we knew that we needed to refresh and extend our computer devices and our telephony. Following a recent refresh of our older smartphones, we're now about to extend the offer to more staff based on their mobility and their requirements of the job, such as being on call outside of business hours. An upgrade in our mobile data management is allowing us to safely promote a new add your own device policy, increasing access to systems and further flexible working opportunities. One of our big successes to date has been refreshing and extending our laptops, which are now all available with Windows 10, along with a seamless always-on VPN solution. Better cameras and microphones will improve not only our mobility, but the experiences of those using the devices. With thousands of devices now deployed, we have around 25% of these that are hybrid devices with detachable screens, especially provided to our community-based staff to enhance public engagement. Feedback has shown an immediate impact just from changing the device style. Our technology is enabling us to rethink and change how we design and use our buildings too. We're enhancing our IT infrastructure to support a greater number of mobile staff working in and out of these buildings. To date, we've deployed SD-WAN technology into our major buildings, localised distribution servers so that patches and updates don't impact the network performance and the user experience. We've extended our Wi-Fi offer to staff, partners and the public across many of our buildings and replaced our legacy password-protected guest Wi-Fi service with Gov Wi-Fi, making it easier for people to access it and widening the user base. Outside of the buildings, we've enabled Wi-Fi calling on our corporate smartphones to help combat patchy 4G signal zones. Our new HQ building, Woodhatch Place in Reigate, opened in Jan 2021, is designed to be our agile working testbed, with high-speed network switches, future-proof Cat6 cabling, monitors with Ethernet hubs to reduce the cabling, and ubiquitous Wi-Fi everywhere. Every meeting room in the building has been equipped for hybrid meetings with the installation of 20 Logitech-based Teams room setups and 23 Microsoft Surface hubs. The new conferencing solutions are, however, portable and can easily be flexed between location on demand. We know we want to improve the experience of staff accessing buildings and their facilities as well, so understanding how they can be used long term. So we're developing proof of concept cases around card access management so that staff can access any of our maintained and shared office spaces using the same card with near-field communications tech. We're also working with our digital program to test how IoT sensors can help us better understand and communicate capacity to help staff access and use these facilities. Physical mail and records can be an anchor for some teams, requiring them to work in specific work locations and limit the flexibility of our offices. So we're currently extending our hybrid mail capacity, the outgoing mail, and exploring opportunities for a digital post room while setting an approach and plan for the further digitisation of paper records. Our Microsoft Teams launch coincided with the spring 2020 COVID lockdown, pulling us into a full-scale deployment as staff suddenly relied on virtual meetings to stay in touch and to keep working with colleagues, partners and residents. As a result of the restrictions, we undertook the training through virtual classrooms, hosted by remote dedicated trainers using Microsoft Teams itself to deliver. Training was available to all users and sessions were mixed in terms of services and job roles to allow cross-pollination of feedback and ideas. To date, we've delivered 10 different online modules across Teams and O365 and have had around 4,300 training attendances. In the last 30 days, we're seeing just under 9,000 total active users on Teams, which is about 92% of our staff. This activity continues to grow as we develop a digital skills strategy and plan with our colleagues in HR. We're defining a number of new mechanisms to help staff get the most out of their tech and promote the good practice we find through proof of concepts such as technical evangelists and floor champion services. Before Teams arrived, we'd already started to experiment with social collaboration platforms for communities of practice and corporate comms, and during COVID, our Jive Surrey platform was a central point of engagement with our staff. Although these types of tools like Teams, SharePoint and Jive Surrey have helped us explore new ways of communicating and doing our work, we recognise there can be a fragmentation of some work activities and information, which causes confusion and mixed practice. We're now focusing on curating our software landscape to make more cohesive digital workplaces that put collaboration at the centre of how we work, another key step in becoming a more agile organisation. We're looking to move from document-centric environments made up of intranets and file storage to a digital workplace that organises itself around how staff collaborate with each other, partners and our residents and communities to further underpin our journey. We're just launching a new project to develop a personalised intranet for staff, bringing corporate news, information and their own personal updates into one place, a launchpad for the working day. For our more community-based workers, we're procuring a mobile working platform tailored to help them collect information, do more work on site and in real time support the people that they're providing the service to in a more fundamentally digital and effective way. Both of these projects provide a single view of work for our staff, creating a sense of a single pane of glass into the digital workplace. In parallel, we will develop our use of O365 to consolidate collaboration, networking and communication activity and make it core to how we work. We're adopting an intranet-like design with digital workspaces built around purpose as opposed to traditional organisational structure. The training and adoption mechanisms we're creating, such as the technical evangelist roles and the expansion of our peer-to-peer networking, will support ongoing learning and best practice, helping us to keep evolving and exploiting our use of these new tools. COVID-19 has been a game changer for us and the biggest challenge our community and workforce has probably ever faced. An unprecedented event-driven change that we all had to take on board together. In line with the government guidelines, our travel was limited to essential journeys only. Virtual meetings, rapid decision making, managing your workload, remote team working and remote people management had suddenly become the norm. We were exceptionally well prepared with our key technology enablers, but suddenly we had a universal and urgent reliance upon it that needs to be continued today. We keep looking back at what we've learned, put those lessons into perspective and we move forward again. Adaptable and resilient in a world that will never quite be the same. It's important that we take the best of this situation and build upon it. Collaboration and forward-thinking leadership increases our resilience And with each take we step, it's a step up, not just a step forward. Technology can only do so much alone, but is an essential enabler to our ongoing success. I'll leave you with a question. Imagine a virtual world where we're working in physical isolation with the tools we have now. If someone then said, we're going to open some fantastic new offices for you, what would you use them for? How would that add benefit? I think the answer is it's about being better informed and collaborative outcomes, but I will leave you with that thought. Thank you.